The federal government has pledged to continue skills acquisition programs across Nigeria to deepen the economy estimated at $420 billion. The Department of State Service has proposed to spend a total of 19.6 billion naira on security operations and equipment before, during and after the 2023 general elections. The governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, has said that the last-minute appointment of his predecessors, Adegboyega Oyetola, are malicious. The federal government has issued a circular for the commencement of the recruitment process for the new Accountant General of the Federation. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, has ordered the distributions of weapons for officers across the country in preparation for the 2023 general election. The Commissioner of Environment and Solid Minerals, Charles Udo, has refused a news publication where he was quoted to have said that Governor Udom Emmanuel must account for their deducted salaries. The Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Muhammad Bello, has said that telecommunications operators who want to deploy broadband infrastructure in green areas will only pay 14 naira 50 kobo as right-of-way charges. Welcome to Tender TV. I am Kolade Olasoji. The federal government has pledged to continue skills acquisition programs across Nigeria to deepen the economy estimated at $420 billion. Speaking at the NAIJA Technical Skills Development Project, TSDP, Stakeholders Dialogue Forum in Abuja, Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Miriam Katagum, said nations confronted the challenge of poverty, soaring unemployment and related challenges with skills acquisitions, noting that Nigeria must do the same. We must do the same as we have one of the fastest growing population in the world. It is with this realization that the federal government initiated measures to encourage agencies vested with the mandate of equipping Nigerians with employable skills to escalate skills acquisition to all Nigerians, she said. Katagum said, though agencies like the Industrial Trust Fund are taking advantage of relevant government policies to train hundreds of thousands of Nigerians through various skills intervention programs, more still needed to be done for the rapid growth and development of the nation's economy. The need for greater collaboration and synergy amongst various organizations in both and public-private sectors cannot be overemphasized. I, therefore, urge other agencies of government to borrow a leaf from examples set by the ITF to enter into public-private partnership (PPP) to ensure the achievement of their mandates. I believe that with PPP, we can create decent jobs in sufficient quantities to resolve the protracted problems of unemployment and reduce poverty, while also providing a foundation for more robust and inclusive economic growth, she further said. The Department of State Service has proposed to spend a total of 19.637 billion naira on security operations and equipment before, during, and after the 2023 general election, as well as for the protection of schools across Nigeria. The DSS will initiate a new Safe School intervention with a sum of 2.624 billion naira next year. The Director General of the DSS, Yusuf Bichi, presented the demand to the House of Representatives Committee on National Security and Intelligence. The National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Bonungo, retired, had on November 17, 2022, led heads of the intelligence agency in the country before the House Committee on National Security and Intelligence to defend the budgets proposed in 2023 appropriation bill. In a written presentation to the committee, a copy of which our correspondent cited on Saturday, Bichi decried the reduction of the budgetary allocation proposed by the DSS. The document partly read, the review of the 2023 capital expenditure proposed by the service from 20.9 billion naira to 8.997 billion naira by the BOF Budget Office of the Federation implies that the service may be unable to access adequate funds for the procurement of critical securities equipment. Similarly, the view of the service overhead allocation from 8.8 billion naira to 3.8 billion naira will pose a setback to efforts towards combating the increasing and security challenges confronting the nation. Meanwhile, the Office of the National Security Advisor has proposed a budget of 9.7 billion naira personnel cost for 2023. The governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, has said that the last-minute appointment of his predecessor, Adegboyega Oyetola, are malicious. Adeleke spoke on Sunday during the inauguration as the sixth governor of the state. The new governor also announced an immediate return to the status quo of all fresh appointments, placements, and other major decisions taken by the past administration with effect from July 17, 2022. He declared frozen all government accounts. He said mass employments were carried out without budgetary provisions for salary payments for the new employees. Even when the state was struggling to pay salaries and deliver other services, various hurried and criminally backdated contracts were awarded, and again without budgetary provisions. Appointments of several obas were hurriedly done without following due process, just to mention a few. All efforts to get the governor to set up a transition committee and submit handover notes in line with the best practice proved abortive. It is therefore my desire to ask for your patience and understanding to give my administration a few weeks to review and sort out all the actions and malicious confusions which the immediate past administration created since July 17, 2022. Those actions were indeed vindicative measures against the people of Osun State for voting them out of office. The federal government has issued a circular for the commencement of the recruitment process for the new Accountant General of the Federation. Our correspondent gathered that 8 qualified directors on grade level 17 were shortlisted from the office of the Accountant General to join some other candidates. It was also learned that the complete list of the candidates who would participate in the screening process will be made public before the screening. A source said 8 directors were screened from the office of the Accountant General, and they will be participating in the process. The full list will be out very soon for all to see. There have been a various series of issues over the particular recruitment. Corroborating the claim, another source said, I can't give you the full number yet, but 8 directors are coming from the Accountant General office. The appointment process is coming close to 5 months after the Office of the Head of Service made public a notice asking qualified directors to make their intentions known. This is following the suspension of the AGF Ahmed Idris over issues bordering on misappropriation of funds to the tune of 80 billion naira. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, has ordered the distribution of weapons for officers across the country in preparation for the 2023 general election. He also ordered commissioners of police in the country to activate the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security to engage stakeholders in evolving strategies for mitigating threats to the elections. The Inspector General noted that political violence, hate speech, threats, political intolerance, and misinformation were all potential threats to national security interests. In a statement on Sunday, the first spokesperson, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, said the Inspector General charged the CPs, Commissioner of Police, to ensure adequate and strategic deployment of officers and assets to ensure the safety and security of INEC personnel and materials before, during, and after the 2023 general elections. The Commissioner of Environment and Solid Mineral, Charles Udo, has refuted a news publication where he was quoted to have said that Governor Udom Emmanuel must account for their deducted salaries. The former Commissioner of Information, in a statement he issued on Sunday titled, "Udom must account for our deducted salaries," described the publication as false, malicious, and a blackmail taken too far. The statements read in part, "My attention has been drawn to the above-mentioned publication credited to me, which is making the rounds in the social media. I wish to state as follows, that the said statements are false, malicious, and merely a figment of the imagination of the writer and his sponsor. The incident never happened." The said publication is blackmail taken too far, aimed at deterring me from performing my official duties and putting a strain on my relationship with my boss, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Udom Emmanuel. Thank you for joining us on Tenda TV. I am Kolade.